All right, I'm videoing the review. So if you did poorly on your test, you can come and watch these videos and retake it. We're rewriting them into vertex form using completing the square. So when we complete the square, the first thing we do is we're going to take this C and just get it out of the way. Okay, now if we're going to vertex form, we know it has to look like this. So we are trying to take this x squared minus 8 and make it a perfect square trinomial. And we're missing a piece, right? So if this is going to be a perfect square trinomial, we don't know this. We know this is a -8, and we know these have to be exactly the same number. They can't be different at all. So two things that add to be -8 is -4 and -4. And what do they multiply to be? A +16. So by doing this, we found a couple interesting things. We found what we need to add to both sides, right? And we found what our value here should have been. So as of now, I've got y equals x minus 4 squared. And since over here your 16's canceled out, you're just done. This is your final answer. Let's try it again for this one. Get the 30 out of the way. All right, so again, if we don't know this number, we know this is a +10, and these have to be exactly the same value because it has to be a perfect square trinomial. Are you needing the review, Sophie? So are you needing this review? Okay, so you can slide up if you need it. So now that I have this 5, I can multiply them together. Okay, in order for this to be a perfect square trinomial, I have to have that plus 25. What I do to one side, I do to the other. Okay, so now I'm going to do that factoring. I'm already ready to do it. And then I need to bring the k back to the other side. Perfect square trinomial. So that's in vertex form. Some places where people were struggling is some of them were bringing this plus 25 down here, which was then affecting this value. So please don't do that. 5 squared, like if I FOIL this, 5 squared, that is the 25. Okay, I think this is the easiest one, especially this one. So if it's asking you to go from vertex to standard form, I just have to multiply, add, or subtract everything out. So FOIL. I don't want to forget this -6 from up here. So once I FOIL, I can combine my like terms. And also, at this point, I can add the 9 that I got from FOILing to this -6. Okay, number 4 has an extra step. I do need to FOIL. And then after I FOIL, I distribute that -2. So first, outside, inside, last. I would combine like terms here. Now I would distribute that -2 through. And the last step is to combine these like terms. I don't know what this is, 98, 100, 1, 2, 3. I think that's right. Again, I think these are the easiest ones on the whole test. All right, when you go from standard form to factor form, we're going to factor. Remember, this is 8 times c on this one. And I'm going to be dividing everything by 3's on that one. So what are two things that multiply? Should be a negative 15 and add to be 2. You might need to make a little list. After I do this problem, I'll push pause. So those of you who need me, I can help you. So I think I found it. Negative 5, positive 3. So if you're not sure if you did it right, like some people have these signs wrong. They have them the opposite for some reason. So if you want to double check your answer, you just FOIL this out. So first, outside, inside, last. And then when you combine your like terms, that's where that negative 2x comes from. So yes, this is my final answer. What two things multiply to be 24 and add to be negative 10? I like to make a list. It might be 2 and 12. Negative 12, positive 2. Nope, that does not work because they don't multiply to be a positive 24. I think I found it. Negative 6, negative 4. Reduce your fractions. Right now I can factor bottoms up. The biggest mistake I saw on this is some people were doing bottoms on the, or I don't know what they were doing. They were leaving it as a fraction. So if you want to see if you got the right answer, FOIL it out. So first terms, outside terms, inside terms, last terms. Looking good. When I combine them together, that's where the negative 10 comes from.